Hi, I'm Alan Sagano. I'm the president of ADS Consulting Group, and today we're going to be doing a deeper dive into the spreadsheet that was distributed by the Department of Homeland Security about the advanced persistent threats coming from Iran, and we're going to be talking about discovery. So let's take a look at the discovery column and see what's going on. Hi, I'm Alan Sagano, president of ADS Consulting Group, and today we're going to be talking about the deeper dive into the discovery column. This spreadsheet was developed by the Department of Homeland Security about advanced persistent threats coming out of Iran. So let's take a deeper dive into each one of these sheets. So on the discovery tab here for APT 33, it looks like they use SniffPass to collect credentials by sniffing network traffic. That is a way to do it. The downside from a hacker perspective, it actually does take quite a while unless you turn on port mirroring, and plus you have to actually have that running. So that would have to run for at least a little bit before you'd actually be able to figure out what was going on. Although if the network is pretty busy, you should be able to pick up on gleam of quite a few things relatively quickly. For the 34 oil rig attack, they used account discovery, so they ran net user domain admins to find out members in the domain admins, net group exchange trusted subsystem to get account listings for groups. They also used network scanning as well. They used a custom tool called Gold Irony to conduct network scanning as well. They used, for discover password policy, they used net with a script with accounts / domain to find the password domain of the policy, the password policy of the domain. For permissions and groups, they used net group domain, net local administrators, net group domain admins / domain, and net group exchange trusted subsystem to glean information about permissions in the groups. For process discovery, they ran task lists on a victim's computer that was compromised. They also queried the registry, looked at the key current user software Microsoft terminal server client default on a victim computer to query the registry. For system information discovery, they ran the host name and sysdinfo on the victim, which is pretty innocuous usually. ipconfig to get the configuration of the network. Usually, by the way, this discovery one would be after they get initial access. That's probably one of the first things that they do is to do discovery, or it's called enumeration as well. They also used netstat-an to get a list of the network connections and who they were connected to. Ran who am I on the victim, and used sequery to gather information about services. For APT 35, query registry, they dumped out searches from the registry run key. They also collected they used downpaper to collect a host name and serial number and sends the information to command and control server. And they also used downpaper to collect the username and send it to a CNC server. On APT 39, used network scanning again, this time with the port scanner called Blue Torch, and they use NBT scan to discover vulnerable systems. That is basically like a vulnerability scan. And then they used REM EXI to collect usernames from the system. Copy kittens really didn't have any discovery. So unfortunately for discovery here, a lot of the tools there are just used in the normal course of business, so you're really not going to be able to pick up a lot on those. And this is why it's important to keep the hackers out to begin with. One of the things that might be somewhat helpful for some of these hacks, downpaper, for example, is the whitelist again. Query registry, downpaper again, you could have blocked that. But for some of the other ones, SniffPass, you could have blocked that. But for the other ones like doing sysinfo, you're never going to pick up on that. ipconfig, everybody runs that on every day. netsat-an, you're never going to pick up on that. Who am I? Those are all things that are just done. You're just pretty much not going to pick up on those. So for discovery and like net user, net domain, those are commands that are run all the time. So although you could pick up on something like hopefully like Gold Irony, right? Because if you whitelisted stuff, that application just plain wouldn't run. So short of that, that's probably the only thing I could suggest for discovery. Unfortunately, a lot of these discovery tools are used by a normal course of a network administrator's thing. So if you were to look for those things, you would get a ton of false positives, and at some point you just shut it off, and because all it would do is cry wolf all the time, right? Wolf, 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 and at some point you just like shut up and stop it. So probably the best effective control against this is to the application whitelist again. Only allow applications that are on the whitelist to run. Okay, hopefully you picked up something from this. If you like this information, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Thanks a lot for listening, and we'll talk to you soon.